you for joining me for another episode of Ruthie World Travels and Views from Abroad. So, this is an attachment or a continuation. This is a continuation about Barbados, and one of the observations I made about Barbados, and I'm sure that it's not just um, exclusive to Barbados. I just think that it's something that's includes all of the Caribbean. And I think it's that way because most of them are poor countries compared to the US. And that's the way that they treat dogs. The way that they treat dogs is just I don't see how I don't see how they do it. But they do. It's like nobody told them that dogs can be trained, that dogs can be used for several different things, including being stress busters, and they can detect medical conditions, and in addition to being a guard dog and a companion and service dogs. Nope, they just believe in taking a dog and tying it up to some type of structure or something and letting the dog stay there 24/7. No matter how hard it rains, no matter what. It's a good thing it doesn't snow in the Caribbean. But the dog be out there crying. And I can tell when a dog is crying. I can tell when a dog is in distress. But they don't care. They don't care. And the dogs just look so miserable. You could tell because being from the US, I know a happy dog when I see one. So it's like, what? Is this some type of machismo? Something to make you feel macho if you got a dog? And even if you ain't taking care of it, you just got it in a big, huge kennel. Sometimes it's just lots of dogs and it's just stinky and just nasty. It's like it's a status symbol to have a dog chained up outside your house. And on top of that, they have a sign on a gate where the dog is behind that says beware of dog. Beware of the dog for what? The dog can't do nothing because it's tied up. That means I could get into the house. Anybody can break into the house, can go right back there where the dog is and crack a window and get open because the dog is tied up. So a tied up dog doesn't do any good. When I was in Antigua, the guy had 6 dogs tied up in the yard. That makes no sense to me. And they act like dogs can't be trained. I guess it's they just don't have the time or the patience to train it. And if you ask the question, so why do you keep the dog tied up? Oh, if I don't keep the dog tied up, he'll bite everybody. The dog doesn't have to bite everybody if you train the dog how to be socialized with people as well as other dogs. They do not, to me, they don't believe in having dogs for pets. I don't know why they bother to feed the dogs. When I was in Antigua, somebody had a dog trained to a burnt out car frame, and that was the dog's home. It had a big old chain, and the chain was kind of long, and sometimes the chain would just get all wrapped around the frame of the car. Again, miserable dogs just out there. 6 dogs out there barking, and then one of them had puppies. So now you got the whining and the dogs barking all at the same time. It was awful, y'all. And don't nobody pay no attention in the island to a dog barking. They think dogs bark because they're supposed to. That's why a dog is barking. It's supposed to bark. So that means again, somebody could be breaking in, and the dog is barking because somebody's breaking in. Because dogs bark just because they dogs. You ain't coming to see what's wrong. So again, somebody could get into your house with the dog barking. That makes no sense to me. Make it make sense. If you can make it make sense, then maybe. But that makes no sense to me. Back home, if a dog is barking incessantly and you the owner and you hear the dog, first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna get your gun and you're gonna cock it, and then you're gonna go see what's wrong. Not here. They don't care. Dog can just keep barking, barking, barking. Ain't nobody going to see what's wrong with the dog. Ain't nobody going to see about the dog. Nothing. So Caribbean dogs get no love. I don't understand. I don't understand. Perhaps you can help me understand. Um, you know, leave a note in the comments so I'll know, and it'll help me to understand. But I do think that it's a Caribbean thing, and it's not just indicative of Barbados. But I've seen dogs being treated quite harshly here, just like in Antigua. Okay, thank you for joining me in this Ruthie World Travels update.